Millions of students spend their mornings clocked into an educational prison. Their parents drop them off at these facilities to learn the grueling trade of the daily wage earner, hoping they emerge as successful laborers. The theoretical purpose of school is to provide an orderly, safe environment for academic growth. In reality, students entering these gates find themselves in a survival of the fittest landscape, where the textbooks are secondary to navigating the social hierarchy. The blueprints of a standard Indian high school map out a sovereign microstate. This territorial map reveals 4 structural pillars: a brutal transportation network, an unpredictable ruling class, a high-stakes underground economy, and lawless frontier zones. While the official syllabus covers math and science, the true curriculum consists of mastering the unwritten laws of this chaotic society. Entering the microstate requires a grueling daily commute. Transit begins as early as 5 a.m. for a 9 a.m. start, forcing students into a 4-hour journey across the farthest corners of the city. The primary transit infrastructure is the magic van, often operated by a driver like Bayaji. These vehicles are defined by their unreliability. A flat tire every second day makes roadside puncture repair a more frequent lesson for students than anything taught in a classroom. Efficiency within this system requires intense social maneuvering. Boarding at 5 a.m. offers a tactical advantage, allowing a student to claim a prime seat and place their bag strategically so their crush has no choice but to sit beside them as the van fills up. Outside, the environment is a combat zone. Overloaded auto rickshaws engage in high-speed street races, treating the student body as expendable cargo while swerving through traffic. By the time these vehicles reach the school gates, the passengers have endured a physical endurance test. They are exhausted before they even cross the state's borders. Inside the gates, the citizens live under the authority of a distinct and often irrational ruling class. The state is headed by the principal, known as the Don. Her governance is defined by panopticon-style surveillance from the school roof and a driving record that leaves several local dogs crushed in her wake each morning. This environment generates its own legendary lore. Jammu Didi, the school janitor, is rumored to be the secret multimillionaire owner of the institution, choosing to sweep the floors only to maintain a humble public image. Daily enforcement falls to figures like Bhushan, the sports teacher, who conducts aggressive bag searches, and Chota Bheem, an English teacher who translates English into English while jumping to land strikes on students who tower over him. These exaggerated authority figures create a shared sense of fear and ridicule among the students, forging a unified identity through collective struggle. Classrooms serve as the economic hub of the microstate. Here, study is replaced by a bustling market centered on a single black market currency, the pen. Pen fights operate as a high-stakes gambling market where wealth moves rapidly from the bankrupt to the winners. Students often fall into severe debt, borrowing capital from peers to chase their losses after a single bad round. This economy dictates a rigid class structure. The working class relies on cheap 3-rupee use-and-throw pens, reliable tools that are nonetheless mocked by those with higher status. Above them are the owners of 5-rupee gel pens, a volatile asset known for leaking through pages. At the very top sits the Trimax. This is the ultimate symbol of wealth, so precious that owners check the ink levels after every single sentence to monitor their net worth. Through the pen market, students learn the realities of capitalism, asset risk, and class division with more clarity than any textbook provides. Outside the reach of the ruling class lies the school bathroom, the microstate's lawless frontier, and the only sanctuary for rebellion. Students use this space for acts of pure sabotage, dismantling infrastructure by stealing water taps and light bulbs. Often, they simply stand there in silence, reclaiming their time from the state's rigid schedule. The absurdity peaks with students consuming white fennel balls. They treat these chemicals as mouth fresheners, enduring the chemical burn for a cooling sensation. These acts of petty vandalism provide a necessary psychological boost. Carrying a stolen light bulb gives a student a sense of ownership, allowing them to ignore the principal as if their tuition fees have purchased the entire campus. This lawlessness acts as a vital release valve. Minor sabotage prevents the student body from cracking under the weight of the regime's constant pressure. Stepping back from the daily chaos reveals the final product of this intense system: the graduates. Traditional academic subjects were often lost in the noise of flat tires and pen fight debts. Despite this, the citizens of this microstate emerge from the gauntlet having survived everything the system threw at them. They possess a specific practical toolkit: street smarts, the ability to negotiate with corrupt authority, and the emotional resilience required to find humor in absolute absurdity. The collective struggle of navigating these underground economies and surviving the Dawn's rooftop surveillance creates a fierce, lifelong bond among millions of young adults. The Indian high school functions as a highly effective simulator. It successfully trains a generation for the unpredictable chaos of the real world by forcing them to govern themselves within a sovereign microstate.